listening to the Why Boarding School podcast, broadcasting around the world. Join us as we promote independent boarding schools throughout the United States and Canada with our invited guests. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jeffrey Quebec.
Welcome to the Why Boarding School podcast. I'm Jeff Quebec, and today I'm joined by the head of school at the Woodhall School in Bethlehem, Connecticut, Matt Woodhall. Welcome, Matt. It's great to have you here today.
Great to be here, Jeff.
The Woodhall School's history is certainly quite special to you, Matt, as back in 1983, Sally and Jonathan Woodhall founded the school, a boarding school for bright boys who have yet to realize their full potential. Sally and Jonathan are Matt's parents, and in 2008, Matt became Woodhall's second head of school, and today he continues to build upon and strengthen the strong foundation that they created. Matt, perhaps you can start off by giving our audience a brief overview of the number of students at the Woodhall School, the grades you offer, where the students come from, etc.
Certainly. Yeah, sure, Jeff. So Woodhall is intentionally small. So in grades 9 through 12, there is a maximum of 45 boys. And most of our boys come from the United States. We have boys from 16 different states around the country.
That's great. And what is the academic curriculum like at the Woodhall School?
Yes, yeah, good question. So the curriculum, the content itself is traditional college prep. So we've got advanced placement offerings in virtually every subject area and comprehensive offerings in college prep in math, science, English, history, foreign language, and the arts.
And Matt, can you talk a little bit about the academic support which is offered at the Woodhall School?
Yeah, so one of Woodhall's strengths is that we offer an individualized education. So our class sizes are intentionally small. A typical class is only 3 to 5 students. And the content, as I said, is college prep, but we're able to really differentiate instruction, offer a lot of individualized instruction, multimodal, and our mantra is you break everything down into small, manageable parts. So we're not watering down content or expectations, but we're giving the scaffolding that each boy needs. One of our mantras here at Woodhall is you meet each boy where he is, both in and out of the classroom.
And certainly with the small class sizes, there's no hiding in the back of the classroom.
No, absolutely not. No way.
And Matt, can you tell me a little bit about the visual and performing arts offerings?
Yes, we are very proud of our arts here at the Woodhall School. We have a beautiful 200-seat theater. We put on 2 productions a year, one in the winter term and one in the spring term. We also have an acting class. I would say when it comes to student involvement in theater, it's not only on stage, but it's backstage with stage managing, technical theater, and actually STEM tech. Our boys actually build all the sets, and that's actually one of the afternoon programming options that they have. In the visual arts, we have a studio art program, both Studio Art 1 and 2, and we have a ceramics class as well. In terms of music offerings, students every year are able to take individual voice or instrument lessons, and we have not 1 but 2 baby grand pianos on campus.
Very nice. And Matt, are there any special signature programs that are offered at Woodhall?
What really sets Woodhall apart is our communications program. And the purpose of the communications program is to help each boy develop his skills of self-reflection and self-expression with accountability. Jeff, in 20 years, nobody's going to ask our boys what their SAT scores are, but they're going to want to know who they are as human beings, as a friend, as a partner, as a boss, what have you. So everything we're doing at the Woodhall School comes back to this essential question: how do you relate to and respect the perspective of others? So our boys, through the communications program, there are formal aspects each day, but it's also how we do what we do at the Woodhall School. And there's a lot of mentoring and coaching in the moment to help a boy answer that essential question. And they really can develop skills in terms of understanding someone else's perspective, how to advocate for themselves, how to confront somebody respectfully, etc.
Very nice. And how about athletics, Matt? Is every student required to play a sport? And also, what are some of the athletic offerings that Woodhall has?
Yeah, we're on a trimester system,
Okay.
Jeff. So in the fall term, we offer competitive soccer, cross-country running, and outdoor challenge, which is a lot of hiking and canoeing, given our location in Litchfield County. In the winter, we have basketball, wrestling, and then drama. The winter play is a team sport. And then
That's great.
in the spring term, we've got lacrosse, outdoor challenge, and drama again. And I like to say the boys, I'll cancel classes, but I'll never cancel sports. The boys need to move around every day. And our school mascot is the Phoenix. It's an apt mascot, rising from the ashes, renewal. So even though we're a small school, we are competitive with other boarding schools in the area.
Go Phoenix, the mighty Phoenix.
Exactly.
That's great. So Matt, we're going to do is going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to continue our conversation talking about the Woodhall School in Bethlehem, Connecticut.
Do you have any questions or guests that you'd like to see on an upcoming Why Boarding School podcast? You can contact us directly through our website at whyboardingschool.com. Now, back to our show.
Welcome back to the Why Boarding School podcast. I'm Jeff Quebec, and today I'm joined by the head of school at the Woodhall School in Bethlehem, Connecticut, Matt Woodhall. And Matt, as we continue our conversation, can you share with our audience what is a typical school day like at the Woodhall?
Oh, yes, sir. Happy to do that. One of the things that we changed in recent years is wake-up time. There is so much research about the adolescent brain and adequate sleep. So we made the change that wake-up is at 8 in the morning, which has made a big difference in terms of all the boys being able to get up and go in the morning. So we have wake-up. And from there, the boys head to the dining hall. We can talk a little bit more about meals times as we go through the daily schedule, but they've got eggs made to order, pancakes, what have you. They head back to the dorm. They've got room inspection. And then we all gather in our study hall at 9 a.m. for morning meeting. The advisors check in with each of their advisees. Teachers typically have 2 to 3 advisees. And from there, we have house jobs. And then we start the class day at 9:30 a.m. On any given day, students have 3 class periods. They're 55 minutes long. There's a total of 6 class periods. And there's a lot of structure and predictability. So, for example, on Mondays, it's ABC block. And then on Tuesdays, it's DEF, and so on and so forth. There's before lunch, a part of the communications program, which I referenced earlier. And then lunch is family style. So the boys are assigned a table, napkins on your lap, please pass the salt and pepper. The boys are waiters, they're doing the dishes. In fact, the only graduation guarantee I can make is every single boy will learn how to run a commercial dishwasher. But after lunch, there's a little free time, afternoon classes, and then we go into sports period. Dinner after sports is at 5:45 p.m. Some Mondays we have jacket and tie dinner, but typically dinner is casual. We have structured evening study hall for all underclassmen, grades 9 through 11. So there is a dedicated study hall. Every boy has his own study hall carol. Teachers are available for extra help, and that's from 7:30 to 9. A little more free time where the boys can hang out in the dorm, in the gym, in the theater, what have you. 10 o'clock is quiet time, and 10:30 is lights out. Obviously, things look a little different on the weekends. But
Sure, absolutely. So in regards to the meals you referenced, are the meals, are they sit down, the buffet, required? How's that work?
Yeah. So lunch and dinner are family style. So it is a sit-down meal. The boys are assigned a table. There's a teacher at every table. Our food is really good. I know every boarding school says that, but you can ask the boys. Our Chef Anita, is amazing. She spoils these boys. And some of it has to do with the scale. She's only cooking for a community of 60 people. And so the boys will complain about this and that, but they don't complain about the food. And mealtime is essential. And, in the history of boarding schools, most boarding schools, all the meals were mandatory. And that's gone by the wayside, and it's gone to sort of cafeteria style for understandable reasons in some boarding schools. But that's really a place where we can build community, and boys can really build some skills and perspective there.
And certainly good food is important to growing
Yes.
adolescent boys. That's awesome.
Yes.
And so, Matt, how about the weekends of the Woodhall School? What are they like? Are there different events on campus, activities, maybe trips off campus?
Absolutely, Jeff. Yeah. So like many New England boarding schools, we have Saturday morning classes.
Okay.
And Saturday afternoon is often game day for our competitive interscholastic sports. So your weekend, as it were, starts at about 4 o'clock on Saturday. And we're part of a consortium of single-sex boarding schools in this area that virtually every weekend they have a social activity offering. Recently, we went to Six Flags. Sometimes other schools are hosting dances or hypnotists or other activities. So our boys are involved in that consortium. But we also plan trips to New York City, to New Haven, goat karting, the rock climbing gym. We do various shopping trips to Litchfield and Southbury, Connecticut. So every weekend there's opportunities for the boys to get off campus. And for those boys who want to stay on campus, there's the gym, there's the workout room. In the theater, we're always showing a movie. The boys will like to get together and maybe play Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering. One boy has been showing episodes of Survivor. So if there's a particular show that the boys are into, they'll do that as well. But we're also in the town of Bethlehem. They can walk into town. We're in about 40 acres, so they can hang out in the woods. We've got a pond for fishing and skating, and even for some of our boys, swimming. So
sounds like a lot of fun, with certainly a tremendous amount of activities to do each weekend.
Absolutely.
And what's dorm life like?
So we have 2 dorms at the Woodhall School, and virtually every single boy has a roommate. So your roommate is the same grade as you, but our dorms are mixed. So you might have 2 10th graders next to 2 seniors. And that way, this idea of peer mentorship can really take hold. And the boys can really, especially the older boys, can mentor the younger boys. There's a student center with a fireplace, TV. We've got a game room with foosball, ping pong, pool, what have you. And that's a little bit of dorm life. Again, unlike a lot of schools, for the underclassmen, you're not studying in your dorm room. Seniors have that privilege, but the underclassmen are developing those study skills and study habits in the study hall, which I think is a really good idea, and I think more boarding schools should do it, actually.
So, Matt, the mentorship that you referenced, it seems like a wonderful leadership opportunity for your students.
Absolutely. Yeah. So there is student leadership. That's typically between 6 to 8 students who are charged with developing the culture and maintaining the culture every year. But I often say to the boys, you don't need the title in terms of student leader to be a leader. And this idea of meeting each boy where he is and helping him develop his competency. And he could be a leader on the lacrosse field or in the theater or with Dungeons and Dragons, or he could be really good at running the commercial dishwasher. Whatever that is, for a boy to feel competent and use that competency to connect with his peers.
Well said. And so, Matt, earlier you referenced the advisor system at the Woodhall
Yes.
School. Can you share with us how that works? Are those advisory groups designed by grade, by dorm, or do you stay with the same advisor through your entire tenure at the school?
Mm-hmm. So new students are assigned an advisor.
Okay.
Returning students can make a request for advisor and for also roommates and rooms and things like that. So giving returning boys some agency there. And we actually have formal advisory 3 times a week. And our assistant head of school, Sasha Skolsky, actually gives a lesson plan to all the advisors. So there's a lot of structure, and it's an extension of our communications program where the boys are really developing their social and emotional learning skills. But we also like to have fun. There was a knockout competition for basketball. We had a video competition. Miss Skolsky is our assistant head of school. The best video in recent years was Weekend at Skolsky's, which was a spoof of the 80s classic Weekend at Bernie's, which I know you've seen, Jeff.
That's good.
And then we end the year with Woodhall Vision. It's kind of like Eurovision, but we have a song competition because we have a recording studio here on campus. So different ways for advisory groups to get together and connect with each other.
And Matt, how's your knockout game?
Me personally,
Yep.
No. That's I belong on the stage or hiking or running.
Okay, very nice. So, Matt, would you say, is there a typical Woodhall School student?
Yeah, our boys are bright. And they have an unconventional learning style, and so in a lot of other school environments, they may not be thriving. I like to say they might be treading water, but they're not swimming. So a boy who is bright, who is pro-social, who wants to be part of a community, but who's going to benefit from a more individualized approach in learning in and out of the classroom.
Are there any cool traditions of the Woodhall School that may be unique from other schools? Or, Matt, perhaps there's that one tradition that you hope always remains part of the school?
Oh, absolutely. I grew up here on campus. As you mentioned, my parents started the school. I was only 8 years old when they started the school. And it came out of nothing. There was just woods here. And I tell the boys I know all the hiding spots in the woods. I was there first. So from a young age, my parents had no qualms about child labor and put me to work. And to this day, because we're a small school, we always are relying on the boys to help maintain the campus. If tables need setting up, this and that. So we have fall and spring family weekend, and the Tuesday before those family weekends, we have something called a Phoenix Day. That's our mascot, and the whole school. We don't have classes, and there's different groups. Some might be cleaning the dorm. They might be getting the theater ready. My favorite, and a lot of the group activities, it's working outside. So there aren't too many schools where the Woodhall School is one of them, where the head of school will let students use power tools. But that's one of them under my direct supervision.
Sure.
But yeah, I love Phoenix Day. And then at the end of the day, we all jump in the pond, and it's a lot of great. And I learned long ago, we have a big bonfire pit, so we're always burning brush on these days. And I learned long ago the key to running a successful boys boarding school, which is good food. We talked about that. Opportunities for movement. We talked about that with our sports program. And then opportunities for fire. And so, boys, whether they're in their teenage years or middle-aged years, love fire. I'm being a little glib, but the point is put down your phones, get away from your laptops, and get outside and have some fun. So
I thought you were going to mention s'mores.
Oh yeah, those come. Once the fire has died down and the embers are, it's good s'more time.
Very nice. So Matt, is there anything about the Woodhall School that we didn't discuss today that you'd like to mention?
I think just the intimacy of our community. Our size is our strength. And look, Jeff, every boarding school talks about it. Them having a family atmosphere. And that's true of the Woodhall School. But family is about building relationships and maintaining relationships. And we, I think, do an especially good job in helping boys and giving them the scaffolding they need to build relationships and then maintain them over time.
So Matt, if someone's interested in the Woodhall School, how might they go about starting the admissions process?
Yeah, just head on to our website and put in an inquiry form, and either I, as the head of school, or our director of admission and advancement, Molly Talbot, will reach out to you within 24 hours to set up a call. Because of our size, it's a very personalized approach in the admissions process.
And what is the school's website address?
The Woodhall School is www.woodhallschool.org.
Simple enough, woodhallschool.org.
Yes.
Well, Matt, this has been great. I've enjoyed our conversation, learning more about the Woodhall School and sharing with our audience today. Thank you very much.
Likewise. Thanks for having me, Jeff. This is a lot of fun.
Matt Woodhall, head of school, the Woodhall School in Bethlehem, Connecticut.
Thank you for listening to the Why Boarding School podcast. We look forward to you joining us for our next episode. Please remember to subscribe to the Why Boarding School podcast and help us spread the word. Until next time.